Hello folks, welcome to Captain Crazy's Cassette Lab. And if you don't think I'm crazy, just wait. I got a couple of announcements that will change your mind real easy on that one. But today we are going to work on this here Sony TC-W320 cassette deck. I got this in Calgary just about a year ago now, and dirt cheap, $24.99. I got it as something kind of easy and simple. I could just service and get it out of here. So it's been sitting on a shelf all this time, so it's going to get out of here. And I am so sick of this camera gimbal. I've got a DJI OM4 that's been flaky for a long time, and I guess announcement number one is it's going away. I've got an OM7 on order now, and it's not here yet, of course, but it'll be here soon enough, and then I'll be rid of this awful camera gimbal. Cannot wait for that. Might as well get right into the other announcements, too. I've got a few last-minute supplies coming in so I can do my servicing work for other people now, mostly damping greases. At least I hope so. I just had the latest order canceled because Newgate Sims had their online ordering system screw up on me and give me the wrong shipping quote, and they basically canceled it and said, we can't do this, here's your money back, we're going to try to hook you up anyway, but we just can't do it the way you've ordered it. So I got to order that stuff all over again if I can find it. I don't know why it's so hard to get good damping grease in Canada, but it's driving me crazy now. I've got 2 jars coming from China. We'll check those out in a separate video. And that will be the official start of me doing this for other people, by the way, that video. And then I'm going to try to get that stuff from Newgate Sims again. I don't know what's going to happen with that. To be determined. Anyway, from there, the bigger announcement, the one that's going to talk you into me being crazy all over again, I have the first 2 cassette decks paid for from Japan for 2026. They might be the last 2. I don't know what's going to go on the rest of the year. We'll see what happens. First deck I have coming in is a Pioneer CT620. It's their version in Japan of the CT-F750. It's that auto-reverse blue line one with the 4-track head on it. Only over there it's not a blue line unit. It's got a white and red display instead of a blue one. But we'll see what that one's like when it gets here. And that leads us to the announcement of the Christmas 2026 special, which is another Nakamichi. I decided to go ahead and do it. Back when I bought the ZX9, there was another deck I had my eyes on. It is a 680ZX, and or it was a 680ZX, and basically it looked like it had spent a lot of time underwater or something, or in a flood or some such. It was in awful shape. And I've been turning that down ever since. It hasn't sold ever since, until Saturday when I bought it. So that is the Christmas 2026 special. Don't know what I can do for it, but we're going to try. What decided me on that one was from Japan floating me a 12% discount on it. So that did it. I got it, and it's coming over. Different plan for that one compared to the ZX9. You cannot do something like that 2 weeks before Christmas. Basically, what I will have to do on that is bring it over as soon as possible, start it as soon as possible, and then just kind of work on it throughout the year, and then whatever gets done on it, gets done on it, and the video is the video, whatever. Anyhow, we got to get to working on this, don't we? I don't want to be talking here forever. So let's see what this deck does. Probably not much. I hear motors chugging away, or I did hear motors. It does power on, as you can see. I don't know if I did a diagnosis video on this on camera before, but probably not. I don't know. Oh, great. Wonderful. These erase head replacement thingers are made of plastic, and they tend to warp over time. So what are we dealing with on the other side? Yes, the same thing, but it's an actual erase head. So we're going to have to check head tilt on both of those. see if that's okay. And I don't know if I can fix that or not, but I will try. Mostly what I want to do with this deck is just service it, get it working again, and then donate it to the charity thrift stores. I don't want to keep this one. I think I've got plenty of parts decks around here. So let's get the beauty covers off the cassette wells so we can see what happens when I try to get a tape in there. We'll go with a blank shell. We'll do this side first. Not expecting much. Let's see if anything happens. Not a thing. No, that side's dead. Let's try the other side. No attempt. I hope I don't have that awful transport that comes down with broken gear syndrome, the TC-W320. I don't really relish the idea of servicing one of those today, but if I gotta do it, I gotta do it. Okay, which one is for which deck again? Okay, A must be this side and B this side. I don't think it really matters too much, but I'd like to put it back the way it was. Yeah, it's a Sony. Says so right there. I wouldn't have known if not for that sticker. Nobody's ever been inside this before. I know this because the screws all made a nice popping sound when they came out, so this is the first time anybody's been in here since it was put together at the factory. Interesting way this is built. Sort of a slanty arrangement here, and I can already tell you the belts are gone. This one is wrapped around the motor pulley. I don't know if replacing those belts will bring it back around or not, but clearly it has to be done. And where's the... yeah, same deal on this side. Both decks need full rebelting. So, which one do you want to do first? Maybe the recording one? I think I want to do the recording one. I don't know if this is the TC-W320 or not. Not sure how I will fix any broken gears because this is not getting any parts orders. I know there are new gears available for the TC-W320. I just don't want to pay the money for them on something I paid 25 bucks for and would just like to give away. But I think if I can't fix this, I will just go ahead and use this as a parts deck. I really don't want to keep it around exactly because I've already got enough stuff on my shelves, but I've still got a bunch of other tape decks I need to donate, so it doesn't really matter too much, I guess. Alright, now how do I get this contraption off of here? Or out of the ear? But yes, that 680ZX is in really rough shape. It'll be fun though to see if I can get it going for one thing, and how much it ends up costing once I do get it going. Maybe there's a better way for me to be working on this. Let me just check. I don't know. I can't tell if the front cover comes off, or front panel comes off independently or not. I can already see a bunch of melted belt residue in there that I'm not looking forward to dealing with. And I just noticed this is bent up over here, but I kind of think it's supposed to be that way. There are no holes for the pins on the transformer, so I guess we'll leave that be. I don't know. Okay, what are they thinking with this? This board is still in the way. And the door is attached. You kind of got to swivel it up and out, it looks like. So I got to find a way to get enough clearance here to do that. And I'm destroying the counterbelt in the process, but that's all right. We almost have this transport out, and there we go. So I'm going to have to figure out exactly what kind of a counterbelt to install in this, and then go find one. Here come the belt remains, or what I can get of them. They have been melted into goo. I bet you that gear right down there is cracked for the reel drive and mode changes. And of course there's your main capstan belt, completely gooified. That's gonna be fun. Okay folks, so this is the infamous TCM190. I was afraid of that, but not too surprised. Hopefully I can get this going. I'm not sure if I'm too worried about it, because it is a low-end machine and wasn't very expensive, so I will do my best with it. These are the belts for it, right here, straight from the service manual. 8-inch internal circumference for capstan, 2.9 for the mode, and 5.5 for the counter. I should have all these, but I will have to go with the generic Chinese belts for the capstans. I don't have any deck tech belts that'll work with this, because I didn't think I'd be getting into the TCM190 at this point in time, so I don't have any better belts. So it'll have to be serviced with whatever I've got. And then the counter is 5.5, and these are the millimeter measurements if you need those. There you go. So let's just get in here and deal with this, I guess. I'm not looking forward to it, but whatever. I've got the deck, might as well service it. This is not one of the transports I would be all that interested in servicing for other people, but if it were one of their 3-head machines, maybe I would consider doing that. It just depends how this works. Then obviously for one of the 3-headers, I would want to go ahead and get the actual replacement gear for that, if it needed it. Still don't know if this one needs it. So let's get in there and find out if it needs it, shall we? This screw is coming out, isn't it? I'm actually not sure if it is. Is it stripped out or something? What's going on here? I need to get this plastic carrier assembly off, for sure. But maybe that's all I need to do. Got another connector to disconnect over here. And hopefully I'm not servicing this in a way that's too objectionable for those who actually like this transport, but I don't like this transport, and my patience is probably going to be very limited with it, so I will try my best. That's all I can promise. It's my first time with this transport, so just kind of learning as I go here with this one. Okay, we'll free up these wires down here. Those will be for the heads. Is that all I need to do? Kind of looks like it. Get my fingers all dirty because I didn't bother to put gloves on for this one, but whatever. At least these screws are coming out. Long one over here. I'm all hopped up on caffeine, so that's why I'm talking faster than normal and dropping tools all over the place. Another long one there. Is she free yet? It looks like it. Got two black catches on the bottom. So everything should be able to come out now. And yes, there we go. Let's just take a look at this gear. Is it split? Yes, it is. Of course it is. So I'm going to push the gear slightly back inwards on the shaft again. And I'm going to clean off all the belt goo, of course. Oh, wait. I have to get a new belt in there somehow. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. And we've got two belt holders up here for said belt. And that will go around this pulley right here. So I got to find a way to work a belt in there. And then once I do, I will epoxy this gear back in place, I think. Or I don't know, I could try the UV Cure dental glue that I've got. I haven't used that stuff yet. Just taking a look to see how the belt goes on. Actually, I can just install the belt from here, so that'll be fine. I know what size of belt to use, and it looks like a 1 millimeter. That's kind of what I'm thinking there. It's all turned into goo. Much fun is going to be had on this. And then I've got to do it all over again on the other side. Oh, by the way, service manual says you do have to pull the front panel in order to get the transports out. So I guess that's how I'm putting this back in. Okay, a little bit of an update. You want to know why that screw wouldn't come out? The cam gear is broken. That's why that wouldn't come out. It's supposed to go right in the center of that, and obviously it's no good anymore. So probably going to have to leave this out. I don't see any other way to fix this. But I don't think that cam gear will move anywhere if I leave that out. So that screw is not going back in. Next thing I wanted to mention is you do kind of have to get that screw out in order to take the back of this off in order to service the melted belt goo that's down inside there between the pulley and the motor. That's what I'm doing now. Moreover, I wanted to mention that the type of plastic used on the Capstan drive here and also this gear is acetone safe. So you can use that to clean that off. And I've pretty much had to resort to that now because iso alcohol is not really touching that very well. So I will go ahead and with you on camera, we will get this board off, hopefully, because I need to get the belt residue out of there. Otherwise this won't perform too well. And I've decided to go ahead and try the UV glue for the first time ever on this deck. We'll see if that works. I need to try it on something. It might as well be on something that can potentially go back on the shelf and just sit there for all eternity. So that is what we'll do. I won't even try to remove that gear, although I could, and maybe I should. But we have to take note of the gap between the pulley down there and the motor. And I'm going to have to get my feeler gauges dirty in order to do that. But first, if I can find my syringe full of compressor oil, let's oil the bearing in the Capstan motor real quick. I've got a little more cleanup to do there, but not too worried about it. So I'll set that aside for now. Got a little bit of a grounding plate here that we're going to have to put back where it goes. Or just leave it. I might just leave it. It's sort of clamped on to that little pin there. Right about there ought to do it. Wipe the rubber goo off. So I will use this to put the whole shebang back together. And I would touch the camera to zoom in for you, but hands are kind of dirty and also bleeding. Because it was a bear to get that that thing out, that screw. Alright, let's pull the gear off, the broken gear that is. Set that down there. The arm comes off, and now the pulley, maybe. Because that's what I need to do in order to clean it up, and what a mess. Thankfully, the gear is acetone safe, so I will clean the gear and my fingers at the same time and just make it easy on myself. Can't stay. This all has to come out of here, all this rubber crap. We don't want to contaminate a new belt with this. And basically everything I'm doing for this one will get done on the other side off camera, because there's no sense showing all of this twice. Again, using acetone on the Q-tip, because I might as well if it's acetone friendly plastic. And it looks like this gear might be cracked as well, but it's not all the way through. As long as there's enough friction to move the belt and turn the mechanism, I'm okay with it. And that looks about 1,000 times cleaner. I'll show you the crack in a second. It is right in the middle there. It looks like I gotta run a pipe cleaner through this one as well in order to fully clean it. So yeah, that's the problem with these cheaper mechanisms. They're made of cheap plastic and they just self-destruct on you. But I got that one pretty clean, I think. Now on camera, what we're going to do is test this plastic real quick for acetone safety. I'll just pick an area where it won't matter. And no, this is not acetone friendly. Do not use acetone on this plastic. I was kind of hoping, because I've got some belt residue to get off here, but this is iso alcohol instead, which is acetone, or which is friendly to this plastic. And of course, while we're at it, we're going to re-grease this thrust bearing. Because we might as well while we're in here. Okay, that is clean, I think. Let's get the oil in there. Let that soak in. Pull the shaft up and down so the oil gets in there. Okay, bench supply is up and running, and we'll just give this motor a little checkaroo. Positive there, negative here. And we'll just crank the voltage. Motor is spinning now, I think. Yes, barely. Up to 5 volts. Motor is nice and silent. It is spinning, it's hard to tell, but it is. Power draw looks okay. I'll just put the pulley back on to the end of the shaft here just to make it easier to tell whether or not it's turning. I know it's hard because this pulley is very clean now, but it is working. Power draw has gone down a little bit. Let me get just a little bit more oil on the end here while it's running. Go up to 6 volts here. You can see if I just slightly ever so slightly touch it, the power draw goes way up. But I am happy with the way this motor is currently working, so I think we're going to call it good. I think it's lubed well enough. So we'll bring all this back over here, and we will prepare for the glue. But first, where are my feeler gauges? Where did I put those? Okay, I had the feeler gauges on the flat section here away from the center, so we're gonna just push that back down, if I can find a way to do that easily. There we go, that should do the job. Arm goes back on. Oh wait, I should actually do a little bit more cleaning here. I'm just using iso alcohol on this arm, even though it looks like it's the same plastic as the pulleys and is likely acetone safe. I don't want to take a chance on this really thin material here, though. That is the deal there. Just checking this gear to see how well it's moving, and seems to be all right. I don't think that's going to need any lubrication, actually. I'm not even going to try to pull that off there for cleaning. Well, maybe it could use maybe a drop of oil. So we'll do that for it. Yeah, it is loosening up a little bit here. I just don't think it's really necessary to oil or grease this part specifically. Reason being, the type of plastic that's being used kind of self-lubricates, so hoping it's all right there. Gear goes back on, and it is very loose. I will line the gear up with the other one as best I can. And now we proceed to fiddle with the UV cure stuff. Got the flashlight for it there. And this is the stuff I'm using for the first time. Let's see. It says it takes about 4 minutes under a UV lamp to cure this stuff. Hardening occurs under sunlight. Please work indoors. Okay, well, we'll see. If it doesn't work, we'll just go to epoxy. Epoxy would hold that, no problem. But first we gotta scuff up both the plastic and the shaft, if we can. I will try to use this for that. I don't know if it'll work well, but we'll see, I guess. Let's see, which one of these do I want here? I'll go for the conical one. At least I think that's what you call that shape. That may do the trick right there. I hope it will do the trick right there. Clean off the bits of plastic and metal. And I will just do a little cap with the UV resin stuff. Okay, I don't know what the exact best way to apply this stuff is, but I'm going to use the end of the thing I was just using. Just dab a little on the end of this. And then I gotta cure this for 5 minutes, I guess. And then we'll just see if this holds. Okay, so the UV resin should be cured now. And what I want to do is find out whether or not this is going to work. So the way we're going to do that is just try and pick it off and... No, it's not coming off. It's going to work, I think. We might be getting away with this one. Pretty cool stuff, that UV resin. So hopefully it stays working. If it doesn't, well, I guess it'll be the new owner's problem. If I decide to go ahead and donate it. I may just keep it, I don't know. And with doing the little resin cap on the end of this, I should be able to make this fail using a grinding wheel on the Dremel in order to get this apart again if I have to. So there's ways of breaking adhesive. I'm not that worried about it. I'm just worried about getting the whole thing back together now. In a way that that it will work again. All right, folks, there you go. This area has been fully serviced, and I cleaned this up a little bit more with the acetone, and it's looking good. This belt is a 1.2 millimeter belt, actually, and apparently I didn't order any more, or the ones I ordered never showed up, because I'm actually really lucky I had that belt. As you can see, it's kind of imperfect, the finish on this, but it's all I've got and it's all I'm going to use. So yeah, I guess I'm going to have to go online as soon as I finish shooting on this transport and just go ahead and order some more, I guess. But that part of it is done now, and we got to move on to cleaning up yonder flywheel and fixing this up. And oh yeah, we got to clean this pulley up as well. I don't know if that one is acetone safe, but it probably is, because literally every other gear of that type has been friendly to the acetone. I'm not going to try to pull this off because I'm worried about that breaking, but let me get the acetone back up here, and we'll just see what we can do. Again, I'm going to take the cautious approach and put the acetone, or test the acetone in a safe area first. And we are good to go. It is not melting that plastic. So we're good to use it to clean this pulley. I don't know, I think this is going pretty well, considering it's the first time I've ever dealt with this particular transport, but who knows? Probably on Wednesday I'll come back and service the other transport, and then Thursday we'll hopefully button it back up and have a video ready for you on Saturday, because I don't have anything else ready this week. Okay, that's about as clean as I can make it, at least for the extent I'm willing to do this. Come around to this side, and I better check this pinch roller as well. Sony rollers from this era are not so good. But this one looks all right. Probably worth popping that out anyway, just to have a little look-see. But it probably will not get replaced. We'll see what happens. At the very least, I will not be able to use acetone to clean that, because I don't think I want to risk it on that bearing there. Okay, we'll eject this, and we'll get the flywheel out. Oh, wait, no we won't. We will clean the flywheel, or the capstan first, because it is dirty as heck. Just trying to get the oil control washer to come off is a pain, but there it goes, and here's the flywheel. See, does this little section come out of the middle? It doesn't look like it, so I will clean this as best I can, and messy. Here I will use the acetone, but I will try to keep it out of where that center plastic is. I think I should be able to. But I have to get the belt goo off my hands first, which is what I'm doing now. Don't you just love dealing with belt goo? I know I do. Squeaky, squeaky. There's a bunch of really stubborn tape residue on the end of this capstan. So I will be cleaning the actual bearing as well. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I usually have been doing it. Instead of using acetone, I will use the oil itself, I think. Never done it that way before. Might be the best way to do it, actually. It's just I got so much rubber goo on my hands now that I really have to clean up in order to touch this thing again. Set that out of the way, and I'll get another pipe cleaner. Grab our compressor oil, which is what I use to do every cassette deck now. I've got a liter of the stuff. It'll never run out while I'm using it for this type of thing. Just dab some oil on the end of that, and we'll just come here, and then we'll go in and out with it. And that should be already starting to lube that up. And I picked something out with it. What did I pick out here? Something on the pipe cleaner. A little washer of some sort. So that'll have to go back on with the flywheel. If I can just get it off my hands here, because I want to put the oil away. Actually, not sure that's the way I want to keep doing this, because hey, how about I put the right cap on the right bottle here? Good grief. I was trying to put the acetone cap on the oil container, because it looks like I've got a lot of oil spill now, and I don't care to waste the oil, even though I've got lots of it. And the other thing I'm worried about is maybe now I've got debris trapped inside the capstan, and I won't be able to easily clean it out now. So maybe I'll just go back to doing it the acetone way and not worrying about it so much. But because I did clean that with oil, I don't think I should need to add any more oil to this. Just taking a look at the other gears here, I don't see any damage or any cause for concern. What I will do, since that little post broke out of the, or broke off this thing here, is I will moly coat the end of the shaft here, just in case that creeps back far enough to contact the plastic. on this side of things. But we should be able to just drop this right in here right now, and it should be okay. Oh, I gotta put that washer in first. Of course. Almost forgot. All right, washer's on. And no, that's very tight. I'm not going to keep going until I've got that lubed up. So I will add some compressor oil now. I didn't think it was going to be that tight, honestly, but oh, and now I see why. There's a bunch of garbage at the end of on the capstan on this side, it would appear. So I will try the acetone and hope it works without melting stuff. And it looks like it is. Yeah, that's better. A little bit of the oil in there. And there's now too much oil coming out the back. Of course there is. Let me absorb some of it. Yeah, I don't like cleaning those with oil. Apologies to those of you that do it that way. I just don't want to do it myself, I don't think. Okay, I should maybe clean the capstans one more time, or capstan singular, because this is a unidirectional version of this transport. And back on we go. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. And because the cam gear is engaged, I think what I'm going to try to do is just run it through its motions until it resets. Which it appears to have done now. It's in the little section of the cam gear where there's a notch for it to go into home position. I'm not sure I'm liking the lube job just yet, but oh, I'm getting lube all over that pinch roller because the head bridge is engaged, or the head block is engaged. And how do I reset that now? Where's the solenoid that does that? Is there a solenoid that does that? Okay, I managed to get this reset and about ready to find a belt for this and put it all back together. At least I hope I'm ready for that stage. And then we'll do the front side of this. Okay, folks, so my big bag of Chinese belts does not have any capstan belts for this deck, so I'm going to have to tear open a new package for the playback side. For this side, which is the recording side, it's going to get a good belt, because I actually had one. So that is going to go in now. And we have the same type of scenario with the capstan belt holders up over here as well. So easy installation should be. So I'll just get into this and use my one good FRW8.0. Just line it up so that it can go on. And then stretch it over those little posts. And that should do her. Should be able to just drop the thing back on and it should be fine now. I hope. Pretty sure I did get the capstan bearing on the rear side lubricated. And now we should be able to just flip those belts into place. Capstan like so. And then mode belt up over here. And that should be serviced now and ready to go. I will try to get these screws in here. Then I want to check to see if there's not going to be any problems with the broken piece that's in the middle there. I really don't like this transport. I don't think I'll be servicing too many of these. At least the way this one's acting. It's resisting vessel screwdrivers. That's when you know it's a pain in the butt. I'm trying the reverse thread trick and it's not working on this. And I don't know why. Try the other screw here. The other one went in. Why not this one? Okay, that one's going in. So we're good to go there. I will just check in here if I can. And yeah, should be good to go. I don't see any problems. So that has been serviced. We have one happy transport, hopefully. I don't know for sure. And yeah, that screw just falls right through now. It doesn't have anything to bite onto anymore. And now we get to do the front of this. Wonderful. Open Odoro and remove spring. Unclip door. And the spring is kind of still compressed, so I'm going to have to work with this somehow. Before I can actually pull the entire door off. Actually, maybe I can't even pull the entire door off. How is this set up? Oh, I see. We've got a notch there, so if I want to get this off, I have to unload the spring and remove it entirely, which I have now done. And there we go. That's how that works, apparently. And we've got a hook back here that I think I'm going to use to install the new counterbelt. So that's going to have to be cleaned up somehow, in some way. Fun. And like I said, I do want to check the tilt on the erase head, if I can, with my alignment gauge. I don't know if I'll be able to do much about it if it is problematic, but I just want to see how big of a problem it might be. Alright, so I got this all cleaned up. Easy way to do this is to jam a Q-tip or something into the brakes over on this side in order to just keep the brakes out of the way, and then it'll just go ahead and spin. And I'm not really finding any reason to worry about the lubrication in the reel tables, so just gonna leave it be. And now we gotta clean up this pinch roller. I am going to use acetone around the outside just real quick to clean my oil off. Then I'm going to go in with the other side of the Q-tip and just, I have forgotten to put the oil control washer back on, so let's do that now. No sense keeping it waiting on that. And now we can clean the capstan itself. Let me get my pry bar looking dental pick here, and we'll get the pinch roller out. Or try to. It's clipped in here, so Should come out fairly easily. Yes, it did. I'm losing the shaft. But not for long, because I'll get it. Like so. Put that aside and we'll just take a little look-see. I'm not comfortable keeping this one. I don't think I'll use one of my new rollers for this. I'll try to find one that'll work in the old roller stash. 13 millimeter, 8 millimeter, and this is going to be 2. Yes. That means I got to get 2 rollers like this out of my used roller collection, and I'm going to trash these because they're no good. I can just tell they're no good. Okay, so I found 2 rollers that should work. Well, one of them will work. This one responded to acetone plus rubber renew. This one is not responding. I may have to trash this one, but I will keep going on it a little bit more and see if I can get some grippiness back into it. The other one's fine. It'll work. So we'll go with that one. And since I used the rubber renew, I can't go in with the soap and water and brush on this particular occasion. It's going to have to be what it is. So since we've got a plastic hub here, I will go in with Molly Coat in the center, just a teeny tiny dab of it. You don't need much for a pinch roller. And that should do the job. Never ever sand a pinch roller. You will regret it. It'll go out of round real easy if you try to sand it. So see if I can get this back in without making it dirty again. Should be using some clean tweezers for this, but I don't have any available right now to do so. But at least we're going to get one decent roller on this side. I don't know about the other side yet. I might have to see if I can find some more. Oh, this may not work. Oh wait, never mind. I just didn't have it clipped in on one side. It'll work. It's fine. It'll be fine. Trust me. Okay, now for doing this, I'm just going to try to raise the head block manually. That is not my alignment gauge. Where is my alignment gauge? There is my alignment gauge. If this is off in any way, I can try to sand it back into alignment, but I'm not exactly sure how successful I would be with that. I gotta have 55 hands in order to do this properly, so hope I can see this. You can't, but I can, and it is in alignment. I don't have to worry about that one. The other side, maybe another story. We'll deal with that when the time comes, or I'll deal with that when the time comes, off camera. But this one is good enough to go back together now, I think. After we do some hardcore head cleaning, because I'm sure they're nasty. With the amount of tape residue that was on that capstan, it's going to be disgusting. Well, actually, maybe it's not too bad, actually. Actually. Okay, I think we're just about ready to put this transport back together. Let's see, where's my electrosolve? I want to hit the tape type switches up here as well. I don't think I'll try to pull them apart because they always break when I try to do that, despite my best efforts. that would be actually quite a good excuse for me to just keep this, because I think the, if I remember right, the 222 ESJ had one of these break, and I'm not entirely satisfied with my repair on that deck. Let's see, is there anything else I need to do on this? I don't think so, so I guess we'll go ahead and reassemble. And just like that, we have one serviced TCM190 transport. I hope it works. Not sure I care too much if it doesn't, but I gotta find that counter belt and see if I can get it in here now. One last little thing before I let you guys go. This is how to install the counter belt. It has to be on either side of this pin here. That's the way it's properly routed. And of course I'm going to have to go in on the other side and clean up that pulley on the other side as well. Anyhow, that's that. Okay, as you can see, this transport is back in the deck and it's tested and working. Not without incident, of course, because this transport is what it is, but basically what happened is I didn't have the cam gear quite clocked in the right position, so it made a bunch of gear stripping noises, so I had to take it all apart again and deal with that and figure out where home position was. So I thought maybe what I'd do before I get started servicing the playback side is I'll show you exactly where home position is. And that is it right there. And why aren't you focusing, Mr. Camera? This is how it's supposed to be for home position. There's a bunch of these little flat areas alongside this cam gear. There's one up there. You can kind of see. There's one here too. But right now it's riding in one of those flat positions, but it's in the home position. So it's kind of like that. I hope you can see this well enough to make it make sense, because it's really hard to show exactly what the deal is with this transport. I really don't like this transport. I had to go looking for yet another oil control washer on this side because the one that was in there before went missing on me after I had to take it apart again, but whatever, I found one. So yeah, that deck should be fine, I hope. It's making a lot of racket, but I guess that's kind of how this transport is, so maybe that's normal, maybe not. It kind of makes some gear stripping noises yet, but the repair is holding for the gear, so what else can you do, I guess? Let me get into this and get this done, and we'll do testing after. Okay, folks, this thing is finally done service, and lots of drama to go around, but whatever. Every single leg of every single transistor here had bad solder joints back there. No surprise the way this is built, but it is what it is. On this side, everything was about the same as on this side. That gear was cracked again. Had to fix it the same way, but whatever. Had a lot of trouble finding a belt for this side. That new package of Chinese belts had not one single belt that was the right internal circumference, so I rummaged around some more and I found this one. It's a very thick belt, very wide belt too. I'm not sure if it's going to work very well, but I had it, so it went in. So I guess we're going to find out how well this works. I am really not a fan of this transport at all. I'm going to just say it that way right now. I don't like that the pinch roller pivots are hollow on this. That's going to kick them out of alignment easily. So I just hope that that both sides don't chew any tapes with their new pinch rollers. The one I found on this side was really good. It responded really well. So it's got 2 good pinch rollers, 2 good belts. Well, 4 good belts. 5 actually, if you count the counter belt. But whatever. It's time to see if this thing works, and I'm going to be daring, and I'm going to use my chrome test tape for this, because I've got lots of these, and I can just record a new one if I have to. So, power on. Let's plug in first. That would be a good thing. Okay, now power on. I've got audio connected and everything, so we should be able to hear it. I heard motors going. They're very quiet now, but I want to check this side first because I know that side was playing yesterday, or at least working. Let's see. Fast wind works. Oh, did you see that? It kicked the reel out. It shouldn't have done that, I don't think. Yeah, it pulled a lot of slack out of that. Let's try that again. Oh, it did the same thing. Let me check the, or take a look at the gears up top, just so I can see what's going on with that. I want to see what happens when I go from play to stop. We'll see what happens with that gear. Yeah, it runs backwards quite a bit. I don't know why. The other side doesn't do that as far as I know, but let's check. Get the tape out of that side, and we'll come over to this side and we'll see if that does the same thing. Because it didn't earlier. And this one still makes noise, and it does do the same thing. Kind of. Yeah, it loosens the tape on both sides, and I'm not exactly sure if there's anything I can do to fix that, really. Is it gonna matter? I don't know. Yeah, it runs about half a turn on the reel drive, backwards. So, I wonder what would cause that. Not entirely sure how this mechanism works yet, but at least I got it up and running. That time it didn't even go into play. What a junker of a mechanism. Good grief. Yeah, it's not always going into play. It's unwinding the... It's not doing mode changes right. Let me investigate. Okay, folks, here's the score. I cleaned both of those stop switches. No effect. And I got back inside this one again just to check my gears and stuff down in there, and I can't find a single problem with them either. So what I'm kind of thinking is either the UV resin is not holding, or I don't know. It's acting like that gear is slipping, but it shouldn't be slipping with the UV resin on there. So yes, it's very possible at this point that buying new gears for this thing would probably fix it, but I'm not going to do that. It's just not worth that kind of expense on this particular deck. It's a unidirectional deck. Very basic, and I just don't want to curse anybody else with it. So I'm going to put this back together, and it's going back on the shelf for parts. That's what's going to happen to this one. It's just not worth fixing at this point. Maybe you disagree, maybe you agree, I don't know. Either way, I am not going to be servicing this transport for other people. It's a throwaway mechanism designed to be used as long as it was able to be used in the 90s and then discarded and then recycled and or whatnot. But obviously its time has long passed and I'm not really interested in dealing with this transport any longer. TCM 200, yes. TCM 190, no. Anyway, I guess that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.